Okay, this is just the song in its most basic form.
Country, gonna laugh as I'm losing my country. Love a dirty joke, it's good to be in the know, free to speak. Let's see how low we can go. We're in on the gag, it's my country. Feel no shame, we just give it a new name. Not of the long knives, the new man's black and white, stripe by stripe. It won't happen overnight. Then we switch the flag. I'm a designer citizen, a designer citizen. Strong man, no parade, promenade, but no weak man. Handing out the lays at Harcumbar Hot Springs. Banditos and lots of fun bras, Rojas coming for your bag. It's my country. What we need is the brawn of a strong man. Lucky running all around doing strongman things. Now that we've identified enemy gods, they can wear the badge. I'm a designer citizen, designer citizen. Lucky me, I'm American, ringing the golden era in. Designer citizen, designer citizen. Tables turn ironically, the rubble and the olive tree. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Changing the world. Fiction isn't truth stranger than fiction. I woke up to Elon's hands on my tweet grid. Shadow banned for reading all Turks are bad. If you wear the rag in this picture, one of these doesn't fit my country. Disappearing words and disappearing girls. What spotlight shines down on our inner lives? It's a Dior bag. I'm a designer citizen, designer citizen. Look at me, I'm American, ringing the golden era in. Designer citizen, designer citizen. Tables turn ironically, the olive and the olive tree. Designer citizen, designer citizen. Look at me, I'm American, marching like an Aryan. Got 'em running skirt again, sending state to church again. What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Changing the world.
I'm gonna turn my guitar on. That's better.
One kiss on the dance floor and I climbed aboard your caravan. Deaf to my mother's warning, hung my stars in his world. I loved a few boys before, but I never loved a man. One smoke with a troubadour, and I climbed aboard your caravan like a believer needs a messiah, begs to surrender. For love I give my life to my deceivers. So give me truth, I love you, it's alright. Alright. Deaf to my mother's warning, I left the west behind. Woke to the darkling sun, putting the words on my tongue. What it means to love a man, give our body to this land. No sign of the troubadour, no sign of the caravan. Like a believer needs a messiah, surrender. For love I give my life. To my deceivers, so give me truth, I love you, it's alright. Alright. Do 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 do. Seaside, I watch the small boats land, landing no promise. Not the white chalk in my hand, I've tasted hope before. On the lips of the troubadour, but no sign of the caravan. You can never go home again, no sign of the caravan. You can never go home again like a begs to surrender. For love I give my life. To my deceivers, give me truth, I love you, it's alright. Like a believer begs to surrender. To my deceivers, give me truth, I love you, it's alright. Alright. Do 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 do. Michael wakes you up with sweets. He takes you up streets, and the rain comes down. Sidewalk markets locked up tight, and umbrellas bright on a grey background. There's oil in the bottle in taffeta patterns that runs down the drain in colored arrangements that Michael will change with a stick that he found. Michael from mountains, go away, we'll go to. Know that I will know you. Someday I may know you very well. Michael brings you to the park. He sings and it's dark when the clouds come by. Yellow slickers up on swings like puppets on strings, hanging in the sky. They'll splash home to suppers and wallpapered kitchens. Their mothers will scold, but Michael will hold you to keep away the cold till the sidewalks are dry. Michael from mountains, go away, we'll go to. Know that I will know you. Someday I may know you very well. Michael leads you up the stairs. He needs you to care, and you know you do. Cats come crying to the key, and dry you will be in a towel or two. There's rain in the window, there's sun in the painting that smiles on the wall. You want to know all, but the mountains have called, so you never do. Michael from mountains, go away, we'll go to. Know that I will know you. Someday I may know you very well.
Well, you find me now having wriggled through all these corridors in a new broadcasting house in a brand new studio for us at Six Music, although it's a familiar one for me as it's a Radio 4 at a playlist studio. So lovely to be here and so great to welcome a brilliant musician back to Six Music. Jesca Hoop, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It wasn't that long ago that you were here with Lyle Arad and Kate Stables singing the songs of Joni Mitchell. So concurrently with that project, you've been also working on, am I right to think that it's your 7th studio album?
That's correct.
How has it differed from your other albums in terms of production, Jesca?
I produced it myself, brought in, I didn't have anyone over me telling me, I don't think that's the right idea. So I had no guardrails, except for my own learned judgment. So it was a bit of trusting myself. Mostly, the most important thing was to trust my own taste and say, well, this is a thing.
Have you enjoyed the production element, being so completely free and having, like you say, no collaboration and no guardrails in place?
Can you ask me that last part again? I didn't have you in my cans.
I just wondered if you really enjoyed the process of not having the guardrails. And
I really did. I felt a little bloom. Well, I would say I felt a big bloom in my body, in my mind, and my just overall feeling connected to the world around me. Like, this is my space I'm going to occupy.
Does this mean that you're going to produce other artists, do you think, if you enjoyed it that much?
I'd be open to it. I think I don't know what that territory looks like, but I didn't know what this looked like. Yeah. So I don't knock it till you try it, I guess.
Did it come out of increased confidence and explorative sort of vibe, having been singing the works of Joni Mitchell and being involved with other musicians so closely, Lyle and Kate?
I would say that learning Joni Mitchell's history, that she never in earnest took on a producer. She had some help at the very start, but then she just shed all of that and took charge from the start. So that was very encouraging. When I was about to endeavor a new body of work, I knew I needed to grow. I knew I needed something to change, but life wasn't necessarily presenting me with that change. So I thought, also I was kind of up against between a rock and a hard place. So I had to ask myself what my hero would do.
Yeah, that's sometimes a good tip, isn't it? It's like,
I didn't really have a choice, to be honest. And so I really, but I was going to take on a producer when I saw my schedule that I set for myself, to be fair. And the pressure was feeling really intense. And I thought, if I'm going to deliver this on time, I probably need help. And then all of those plans fell through.
Yeah.
And so my original desire to grow became the inevitability.
I think it's the best sounding record you've made, Jesca. So something's worked. Let's no pressure, no. Let's hear the first piece of music live coming to you from the BBC here in London. Jesca Hoop. Talk to me about the dissonance and the rhythm of that song. You know, when I first heard it, I thought of Milkshake by Khalees, because it's sort of really, it's different, it's fresh sounding, it's not the obvious, and it makes you open your eyes a little bit and look differently, and that sort of suits the subject matter, where you're looking as an expat back at a country which is an interesting place to be looking at right now.
That's right. Yeah, that's a very objective way to put it, where the song is not objective. The song is pointed, but it's delivering it in a way that doesn't, I guess there is dissonance in there, but I didn't actually know there was. When the notes are ringing out, I know that there is dissonance, but I didn't hear that when I was first writing it. And I appreciate that there is, because at the root of the meaning of the song, it is dissonance. But when there's a juxtaposition of it feeling light, but it's grave, actually.
You are now settled in Manchester.
I've been there for almost 20 years, and I won't pick up the accent. It's just not going to happen.
Have you tried?
I have tried. I mean, there are words that slip through because, well, the British, the English are so, they're so gifted with language.
How do you say that?
Well, because I'm always learning new phrases, and new words. And I love that about the effect of living here for so long. My vocabulary and my understanding of the English language has increased.
And that's comparing with, I mean, you travelled widely in your home country of the United States.
Yeah.
But presuming that the colonizers' history in America is way shorter than our history in this country, presume that the language differences across short areas are way more present here in the UK than there. Is that what we're saying?
That is correct. There's more dialects crammed into a small space. However, America's breadth of dialects is immense. Like the hollers in Kentucky, Tennessee area, they're similar in the way. I'm going to tune while we talk. Is that a good idea?
If that's fine with you,
yeah,
Jesca, hope you are listening to a live session here, Six Music with me, Cerys. I'm here with you until 1 o'clock. We're celebrating International Women's Day today.
Yeah.
Your journey into making music a way that you can put food on the table and keep a roof over your head is a fascinating one. Can we touch on that today? I'll just give you a quote.
Just don't make me cry.
Is it sad? Is it a sad journey to you when you look back?
Oh, it's been incredibly riddled and very hard. But I don't say that in a woe is me. I just say that as a matter of fact way that working in the arts is it's very challenging.
From an outsider's perspective, when you take a quote from the Tom Waits about you, Jesca, and your art and your style, she's like a four-sided coin, an old soul, like a black pearl, a good witch, or a red moon. Her music is like going swimming in a lake at night.
But that's why he gets the big bucks. I mean, not because he gave me a quote, but because when he handed me this piece of paper with a scribble on it, he said, I just jotted this down. And I thought, how do you just jot something like that down?
But you worked together for 5 years. You helped him.
I worked for him, I would say. Yeah. Yes. I worked with their family.
Are we allowed to ask if there were any insights musically or artistically in the way he wrote and created?
No. You can ask me anything that I don't tend to give insights into him.
Fair.
But I do give insights into what he incited upon me.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to know anything about that.
Yes, please. And I understand that, and I think that's lovely.
Yeah, well, it makes me terribly nervous to talk about other people's lives.
Yeah.
So I find it's best to steer clear. Gosh, I was like, I don't know, I found it incredibly lucky that I had an insight into people's the mechanisms of their. I had an insight like that. I couldn't have planned for that, and then to be encouraged on my way out. To set the world on fire is the word that he would have said to me. That I didn't set the world on fire. That's somebody else's job, but I have burned a steady, slow ember that's kept me going.
Let's feel some of that heat now. Should we have another song?
Yes, let's do that.
Jesca, that song sounds like 1,000,000 years old.
Maybe as old as we.
Tell us about how you write things that spectacular, please. How does it start? Do you find yourself in a ritual? Do you just take notes everywhere you're going? Do you pull yourself away when you're in crowds? How does it work?
Well, some of them are like needles in haystacks and with a lot of frustration. Others, there's an emotional thrust that some scenario I was presented with some considerable conundrums to pull from. While I was making the record, life did present me with a change. So I had a lot to examine. When I have something to examine and I know that I have something to say about it, it's easier. But that one, I was trapped. No, I won't say trapped because I want to be generous, but I'm not generous necessarily all the time. I was spending Christmas looking after an aging parent, and I didn't want to be there, and truth be told, because I wasn't feeling generous. So I spent my time writing that song, and it came out rather quickly because it was turning that scenario into an opportunity. So I was very uncomfortable, and I found a way out through writing a song.
It does have quite an otherworldly feel about it in terms of how the range is, in terms of the main melody there. Is that something that's been inspired by all the songs you've been singing? I know you're singing tonight as songs of Joni Mitchell.
Yes, I have to say, and I have to say that well, let me just try to say it. That listening to Joni sing with these head voices, I have those head voices, but I've always steered away from them. And I've also had this awareness that many singers sing with those head voices. Not that I'm using these pungent, nasally tones, but singing Joni's songs encouraged me to lean into other timbres. So I think that's kind of a first. In a way, I do sing all over the show, but I don't know, it's a shift.
I thought it was one of her songs, you see, when I first heard it. Again, this is new material from Jesca Hoop, if you're just joining us, and we're hearing songs from her album Long Way Home, which is due out on the 1st of May. Jesca, you're going to sing live for us another song, but not quite yet. We're going to hear Nina Simone now. We are celebrating International Women's Day, and if there's one musician that I so would have wished to have been able to see play live, and ideally talk about her own activity and activism and composing chops and musical chops, it would have been Nina Simone. Here she is to bring us to the news, then we'll be back with Jesca Hoop. You join us here on International Women's Day. I hope you're having an okay day thus far. Messages coming through. We are currently in the middle of a live session with Jesca Hoop, who is absolutely currently playing live in venues across the country too. How is the touring going, both as a solo artist and also as part of three musicians doing the songs of Joni Mitchell?
Oh, it's great. The songs of Joni Mitchell it's a lot of work. Don't get me wrong, but it's like a holiday.
Why?
Well, first of all, you have this amazing catalog of songs that people are hungry to hear. They're so happy at the end of these shows just for the opportunity to get to hear these songs that have played a part in their lives to whatever degree they're able to be sung by the person. It's all about delivering a song, and it's casual and fun and great, and that's wonderful. And then my own tours, the tour is coming up in May. It starts on May 12th in Edinburgh and goes up and down England.
So you had a warm-up in Brunel Club.
That was the Songs of Joni Mitchell show.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah, it was to shake off the get ready for South Bank tonight, which is for International Women's Day, to celebrate Joni.
Isn't it interesting as a musician that when you're singing somebody else's words or repertoire and melodies, that it's a whole different experience than singing your own work?
Yeah, I actually find that it takes a bit of gumption to own someone else's words, to sing it something like you own it. You need to. That's your obligation to the song. That's what I feel anyway, that you need to do it to your absolute best ability from all the sensibilities, your emotions included. So to own those words it's intimidating.
Do you feel I know it's a strange question, it just suddenly popped into my mind, but do you feel that you got to know her personality or her inner voice more, having sung so many of her words and songs and thoughts?
Yes, but I would say learning her life story from the accounts that I've been able to participate in was far more insightful in terms of connecting the dots.
Yeah. Does she aware that this is happening? Has she reached out at all, out of interest? Joni Mitchell now?
Her publishers are aware. Her team is aware. We wanted to make sure that everything was above board.
Yeah.
So they're aware of the Songs of Joni Mitchell project, and they're aware of the BBC, the legend, the Joni Mitchell story, written by Meyer Bosworth and Eliza Lomas.
Because I think a question that quite often comes up is the freedom to sing other people's songs, and as far as I know, you are, as a person, allowed to sing anybody's songs as long as that song has already been released officially into the ether. Yeah,
if you do it in a commercial context, you have to make sure to get everything, all your dots,
yeah,
crossed and T's You know what I'm saying?
But you're allowed to sing any song that's been recorded. Anybody listening now can sing a song.
You're allowed to record it.
Yeah,
You just need to make sure that the proper money goes to the proper people.
Song credits and PRS and all that go to the proper... Anyway, just as an aside, because people don't realise this.
It's a wonderful aspect of life. And it's amazing that we get to sing. It's amazing that we get to fill rooms full of people and sing Joni Mitchell songs. It's miraculous.
Which we're going to do in a second. Just a message come through. So lovely. Listen to Jesca Hope on International Women's Day. Had the great privilege of seeing her in St Mary's Creative Space in Chester recently. A beautiful church tucked away down a small cobbled street. It was such a moving experience. Jesca really connected with a small, intimate audience. I felt completely transported. So very inspirational. A simple, stripped-back music, refreshing, and the honesty in her lyrics just gorgeous. In terms of, before we hear the Joni Mitchell song, before we do that, just wondering if lyrics now and writing, have you ever written apart from writing lyrics to music, and are you an avid reader?
Oh, I wish I could say I was an avid reader. I always feel like a loser when I say that, but it's true because it puts me to sleep. I fall asleep.
But you can listen to audiobooks while you're driving.
You know what?
Oh, unless that makes you go to sleep, that wouldn't be a cool thing.
Not while driving.
No,
but yes. You know what? I will pick up audiobooks because I love listening to books. I love listening to stories. I listen more to talk radio than I do any other radio form.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's so lovely, as it always is, to talk with you and get a little insight into your creative worlds. What should we end this session with, Jesca?
Well, why don't we end with, I can practice for tonight. I'm going to sing Michael from Mountains by Joni Mitchell from her first album.
Okay, thank you. Jesca Hope, thank you so very much, and good luck with the tour, which starts May 12th, and tonight at the Queen Elizabeth Hall with the songs of Joni Mitchell. You take care.
You too. Thank you so much for having me.